It's so good to see all of you. My name is Dolores and I'm the Baking Diva. And if you're new here, welcome. For those of you that have watched me for quite a while, you probably have heard me say many times that I love almond. I love almond paste. I love pistachio. So good. Really, really good. And today I thought I'd make something fun for you, but delicious. Now, how many of you like pistachios? I know I love them. Did you know pistachios grow on a tree? Yes, they do. And did you know that probably many years when you would buy pistachios in the store, the shells would be red? No, they don't grow red. That was red food coloring they used back then. I think it was like to differentiate maybe the different growers and the different type of nuts. I'm not sure. But for those of you that have a nut allergy, there's been a controversy over the years on whether the pistachio is a seed or it's a nut. And I guess the winner here that most people feel is pistachio is a nut. So if you have a nut allergy, you won't want to make this. Now, what I'm making for you, it's not a cake, it's a bread. This is pistachio bread. And this recipe will make you 2 loaves of it. Now, if you prefer, you can make mini loaves. If you do it in the mini loaves, or you can even make it in those aluminum disposable pans if you want to give them to somebody as a gift. But if you're making the little mini ones, only fill it halfway, and you're going to bake it less time, and I'll tell you about that later. But this is so easy because it starts off with a boxed cake mix, and then we go from there. And make sure you stay tuned till the end because I'm going to put a little bit of a glaze on these. You don't have to. You might just want to kind of eat it as a bread and not put that little bit of sweetener on there. But you're talking about someone who loves almond. So I'm going to do it. So anyway, what do you say we get going? Let's get started. Now I will put the recipe down below in the description or the more box for you so you'll have it. But I have preheated my oven to 350 degrees. Now, since this makes 2 loaves, you're going to need 2 loaf pans. I happen to have 2 different ones, but it doesn't matter. Any loaf pans you have. Now, you can either butter these pans or you can spray them with a non-stick oil spray, which is what I'm going to do now. You want to spray the bottom and the sides. We don't want any sticking, no. This is a little smaller. It's a Ray Dunn cornbread pan, but that's okay. All right, now what I did in this bowl, I put a half a cup of sugar and 2 tablespoons of cinnamon, and I mixed it all together. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of this in each pan, and I'm going to shake it all around so it covers the bottom and the sides of the pan. So just like you would maybe flour a pan, we're going to cinnamon sugar these pans. So let me do that now. Put some in each one. Smells so good. All right, let me shake this around just like this. Shake it. You can tap it because we want to cover the sides. Whoopsie. Don't make a mess, Dolores. You're always making a mess. Works very well. Hold it up and show it to you in a minute. Woo! There you go. So that was really easy. It covered the bottom and the sides of the pan. So let me put that aside and do it with this one. I'm going to make a big difference. Turn it around. Get all those sides covered with the cinnamon and the sugar. You know, if you want to go to someone's house and you want to bring them a little something, maybe you're going over there for a little get-together, maybe someone's ill and you want to bring them a little present, or whatever. These make a perfect little gift. I'm going to dump a little bit of that extra in here because it's a bigger pan. All right, let me move these aside so they're out of my way. All right. Okay, so now I'm going to take a medium-sized bowl in this bowl, I'm going to start out with 1 box of yellow cake mix. This is Duncan Hines. You can use any brand you want. I like Duncan Hines, and then I like Pillsbury, but I think Duncan Hines is probably my cake mix of choice. So we're going to put that aside. Now we're going to need 2 boxes. These are the 3.4 ounce boxes of the instant pistachio pudding mix. So let me put them in there. This is a very easy recipe to make. And I found like little hacks that make baking easier. Clean up as you go along. Like prepare your ingredients, and then if you have cups or spoons that you're not going to need anymore, put them away. Either put them in your sink to wash, rinse them, or put them in the dishwasher, but it just makes, for me, baking so much easier, because then you don't have a big mess at the end, and then it's like, oh, I don't even feel like baking and making this mess. So just kind of clean up as you go along. At least I found that's a good tip, and that's what I like to do. So let's put these aside. All right, we have our cake mix and our 2 boxes of pudding. The next thing we're going to add to this is 4 eggs. So I'm going to put them right in. See how I pre-measured everything? I have to sit there and show you how I'm cracking the eggs and all. Let me get a spoon here. I'm going to put in there a 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. Use whatever kind you want. I use canola oil, but that's up to you. It's your preference. You're going to put in 1/8 of a cup of water. I was looking around for a cup that measured 1/8. This one happens to, but I don't know. Calls for 1/8, so that's what I'm going to put in. Alrighty. And next, I'm going to put in 1 cup of sour cream. Oh, is this going to be delicious? Oh, yes. All right. Now, you can use either a stand mixer or a hand mixer. I have both, and I kind of alternate, whatever mood I'm in. So I'm going to use my hand mixer for this. Now, I'm also going to keep some green food coloring on the side, because after I mix this, I'm going to see what color it looks like. And depending on what color green you want this to look like, you can add a little more, a little less. I mean, that's going to be up to you. So I'm going to get my hand mixer over here, and I am going to start mixing this. And I didn't put an apron on today. I don't know what's the matter with me. I'm doing this so I don't have the cake mix flying and the pudding all over the place while I'm trying to mix it. All right. So let me start getting this mixed. I'm going to stand up. It's okay, you don't need to see me. Step aside and start it on low. All righty. As you can see, this is very thick. So I'm going to stop mixing it now, and I will take the batter off the beaters in a minute. Ooh. So I'm going to bring over my pans. I have a spatula. What did I do? My spatula, here it is. Put that in the pans here. Okay, see how thick that is? Mmm, yummy. Now I'm probably going to fill these about halfway with my batter. And then I'm going to put them in my oven for about 45 minutes until a toothpick inserted in the center comes out clean. I'll put them in the oven. When I take them out of the oven, I'm going to let the bread sit for about 5 minutes before I remove it from the pans, and I'll let it cool fully on a wire rack. And then I'll be back to show you what they look like and what we're going to do next, so don't go away. Okay, I took these 2 loaves out of the oven. You'll see one is bigger than the other because I had 2 different size loaf pans, but that doesn't matter. And I didn't put any green food coloring in there because I was noticing that my batter looked like a nice color green, and I didn't want to make it too dark. So I let them sit in the pan for about 5 minutes, and then they slid right out, and I have them here on my cooling rack. So I'm going to move this little one out of the way, move the little baby out of the way, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to ice this. It's supposed to be cool before you ice it. I would say it's 90% cool, but I want to finish the video, so I'm going to make the icing. So let me put this over here for now. And I have this cup here. And what I'm going to put in it is, get it over here. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Alrighty. Move this over so I can see what I'm doing, and then I'm going to put in 1 teaspoon of almond extra. And if I'm heavy-handed, well, that's just the way it is because I love almond extract. Okay. Whoopsie. Now what I did is I took some pistachios, you know, they're shelled, and I put them in a Ziploc bag and I chopped them up a little because I am going to be just sprinkling a few of these on the top of my icing. So here I have 3 tablespoons of milk. I'm going to put that in there with the extracts. And I have about 1.5 cups of confectioner's sugar and a whisk. So I'm going to gradually start adding the confectioner's sugar to this and then just keep mixing it. I'm going to do it slowly until I get it to the consistency that I like. So you can use a little bowl if you want, but thought I'd use this. Okay, put a little more in. Keep mixing. You just keep mixing after each addition. It's just going to be a nice glaze that's going to go right over the top of those pistachio bread loaves. I think your friends are going to be green with envy when you make this for them. Sure smells good. Oh yeah. Love almond. I don't know what it is about almond paste is my favorite. Oh, when you get a pastry and it has all that almond paste inside it, oh boy, delicious. All right, let's just put the rest in. That was 1.5 cups of confectioner's sugar. The reason I mixed it in this is because it has a spout, and I'm just going to pour it over there. Let me bring my loaf over here. I have wax paper under my cooling rack because, you know, it's going to drip down. This way it's easy to clean up the mess. It just drips onto the wax paper. Okay. Now I'm just going to take this and I'm going to pour some over the top of my pistachio bread. So here we go. This is going to be so delicious. So delicious. Look at that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Uh-huh. I'm loving it. Oh yeah. And if you want more, you can make a double batch of this icing. It's okay. Go a little bit this way. Not even sure if I'm going to ice the other one. I don't know yet. All right. Look at that. That looks so good. All right. Now I have some of my chopped pistachios, and I'm just going to sprinkle them on the top. Just like that. You don't have to. If you don't want the pistachios on there, that's fine. Just leave them. But I thought I would put some of them on there, some of the chopped ones. Just for presentation and a little taste, because to me, I love it. Presentation is everything. All right, that sure looks yummy. All right, look at that. Okay, I'm liking it a lot. And there you have it. I'll take a still of this and I'll put it in for you. So there you have our pistachio bread. This icing will harden very shortly. There's a little dip in the middle of the bread, so more icing went in there, but that's okay. It'll harden. That's my parrot screaming in the background. Sorry about that. Those that watch me must be used to it by now. All right, so anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I'll put the recipe down below for you. I was going to do a taste testing, but I want to wait till it hardens. But you know what? Maybe I'll just cut a slice of the little one, and I'll do a taste testing. At least I can show you what the inside looks like. So let me just get a sharp knife, cut a little piece of this off. You can see what it looks like inside. Oh yeah. A little bit crunchy on the outside. Oh, nice and moist on the inside. Look at that. Doesn't that look delicious? And it doesn't even have any of the almond glaze on it. Let me take a little bite and see how it tastes. Because we always have to do a taste testing, right? Oh, yeah. Mmm. Mmm. You know what? Mmm. You know what puts this over the top? That cinnamon and sugar that we sprinkled in the baking dish. So when you bite into the bottom of it, it's crunchy. Mmm. Gives you a nice flavor that you don't expect to get. Mmm. Mmm. Very soft and moist on the inside. Very good. You know what? This icing that dripped down here on the wax paper, I want to see what it tastes like with a little icing on it. Oh, now we're talking. I love that almond icing. So good. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. Give these a try. Like I said, you can make them in small mini loaves and make several of them. I think if you make them in the small mini loaves, they'll only take about 25 minutes. These took about 45 minutes. I checked them at the 35-minute mark, and the toothpick still came out wet, so I did bake them another 10 minutes. And like I said, wrap these up in a little cellophane, put a little bow on them, bring them to a party you're going to, or maybe if you have a friend that's not feeling well, or a neighbor you like, or whatever. So anyway, thanks for watching. Appreciate each and every one of you. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to my channel before you leave, and give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this. And I hope to see you all again really soon. I appreciate you, and you're what makes my channel grow. Okay, so love you all. Thank you. Have a great weekend.